I hope no one else is doing a bit, but I'm doing a bit.
Daddy's got a pod.
I'm Casey Kasem, and this one's for the perverts.
Join us in our strange ritual.
That is time-traveling love smut.
I can only say horny in one season opener.
A medium amount of fun and an extra large amount of sweaty.
From the minds that brought you Giraffe and Amerisaur.
No regrets, no masters.
I got dick jokes to make, man. Leave me alone.
This is good. This is good for anyone.
This one's going to be weird. I'm very interested to see where this goes. Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how, if I had a nickel for every time Aubrey Plaza played the manifestation of a mystic psyche as the surprising antagonist of a Marvel TV show, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it's happened twice.
The Agatha All Along trailer dropped today as of recording, just to timestamp this and where this came from.
This is a reference to, yes.
Yeah, and if you didn't know the answer to the Jeopardy question, what is Legion? Legion was the other show in which...
What is Legion? Did you finally watch Legion?
The first season, yeah. I haven't watched the second season yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I only watched
first season. Rips. Oh my god.
It's real good. It's really good.
Hey, watch Legion, the first season. I think it's on Hulu.
Season.
Yeah. Anyway, at the time
Holy
of recording,
shit, Matt! These notes here. This is like a goddamn flavor text you've done.
I know. I got a little carried away. I really did, and I'll explain why in the post show if folks stick around for that sort of thing. But let me get through my diatribe because I wrote a little bit too much. I was feeling spicy. Anyway, at the time of recording, not only did the Agatha All Along teaser trailer come out, but we are also less than 5 days into the 2024 Esports World Cup.
That makes sense.
Yeah, huh? Never heard of the Esports World Cup? Don't worry, you're not alone. This is the first of what will hopefully become an annual event showcasing the best teams and players from all over the world across a myriad of games, including Fortnite, Street Fighter, League of Legends, Rainbow Six, and of course, the reason that I give a shit, Overwatch 2.
There it is.
Ding.
All in all, over 20 different gaming properties will be represented and over $33 million in prize money will be awarded. Now, there are plenty of problems with the Esports World Cup, chief among them being the human rights record of host and primary funding country, Saudi Arabia.
Also ding.
A number of folks have spoken about this particular issue, including esports organization Team Liquid, Overwatch 2 team Ex Oblivione, and esports host and personality Alex Goldenboy Mendez. I like all the things these folks have said and encourage you to go read those things. I will put links in the show notes.
That's really good.
Yeah. Esports. What a sticky situation. That's all there is about that. With that said, the 2024 Esports World Cup has made me aware of another problem in the larger esports ecosystem that has nothing to do with the event itself, which makes those last 2 paragraphs irrelevant, but I read them anyway. Our silly podcast is incapable of solving all the problems of the 2024 event, but I'd like to think we can offer suggestions to fix this specific problem in the esports scene. And that problem is, it seems that Super Smash Brothers is no longer relevant.
Is that a problem with the scene, or is the problem coming from inside the house?
Hey, listeners out there. Hey, first of all, thanks for listening to our show.
Thanks.
If you ever needed to know, to get the audio manifestation of a long walk to a short pier, we have just finished crossing that winding road.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, longtime listeners and elder millennials alike may find this hard to believe. I mean, it's Super Smash Brothers. If you ask your garden variety 30-year-old to name any video game, there's a 75% chance they'll say Smash. So how is it that this game, which got me into esports for the first time, no longer relevant? Well, I would posit it's because Smash hasn't seen a new character released in almost 4 years. And I get it. Masahiro Sakurai is tired, and I don't blame him. The man deadlifted one of the best video games of all time for over 20 consecutive years. When Sakurai announced that 2021's Sora from Kingdom Hearts would be the final character added to the Smash roster, it felt like a well-earned retirement from the game. But here we are in 2024, and folks are winning millions of dollars playing Street Fighters and Tekkens, but Smash Brothers has faded into obscurity. And my friends, that ends today. I hope you all enjoyed that short hike down a long pier. Anyway,
Matt's manifesto.
In this thesis, I will.
I have pounded this to the door of my local establishment, and I have also invited a few esteemed colleagues to help revitalize our favorite game. We're going to pitch a new character to join the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster. But I don't want another stuffy nerd from across gaming. I want someone real. I want someone relevant and familiar to modern audiences. I want someone who's on TV. So I've invited Todd, Gino Thomas, Andrew, Goku Henderson, and one other special person to pitch me a real-life TV personality to be included in Smash Brothers. And because we're taking on this larger-than-life task, like I said, I invited someone special to join us on our discussion today. Everyone, please welcome longtime friend of the show and the only person willing to co-host a Guy Fieri podcast with me, Tom Waluigi Zalatnai from the No Bad Food podcast.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
I constantly call Tom the Waluigi of podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, the dirty one of podcasting.
Yeah.
Is the real filthy.
I'm nasty.
They are nasty. I want to clarify that I think part of the reason why that intro was so long was Matt was really just trying to give Tom time to finish their popsicle.
It's
That was
true.
what was most important.
And
Yeah,
I
I
do
wanted to make
appreciate
sure
you
you got
coming up with that. I appreciate you coming up with that all off the cuff, off the top of your head, and improvising
Yeah.
it for long enough for me to eat an entire popsicle.
Yeah. No, 100%. All off the cuff. No planning, no writing whatsoever.
Nothing scripted.
Peek behind the curtain, took a little bit of a pivot in the episode, may have written 3 paragraphs of show notes for a different topic, and I decided I liked them so much I just kept them in. So,
Great.
before we jump into today's discussion, which again, after a 5-minute walk down a pier is just put a TV person in Smash Brothers, Tom, tell the folks where you're from. What is it that you do? Talk about your things.
Sure, yeah. So as Matt said before, I am one of the hosts of No Bad Food. It's a food podcast about food and how there's none bad of it. Matt is a frequent collaborator on the show. Todd and Andrew have both been on a couple times as well. We are basically, our goal with the show is to destigmatize food and talk about the things that we love about food and talk about the things that make it great, and also talk a little bit about the shitty systems that exist in the way that food comes to your plate. So there's no bad food, but there are bad people making food is kind of the underlying message there. But really just sort of a guilt-free exploration of food and the things we love about it. So like we treat Cheetos with as much, love and affection as we treat filet mignon. Like there's no bad food. Is truly it. Only other thing to know about me is that it's really freaking hot in my studio right now, so I am shirtless, which is why they're calling me the Waluigi of podcasting, because I am here, I am queer, nobody's going to match my freak, nobody's going to match my nasty.
I think that, speaking of freak and nasty, I'm pretty sure no bad food is what has forced me, and I don't mean that in a good or bad way, but it has forced me to reevaluate how I look at Subway.
Okay.
All right, that's progress.
I think no bad food was the one, I think you two specifically.
Certainly being friends with Matt hasn't done that.
Well, that was the thing, like, came out boldly, like, Subway is one of the best things about fast food, and I was like, no, hey, wait a minute, and then I think you all ranked it, like, top ranked or something, like,
Yeah.
There was a Subway supremacy push in the friend circle for a while, and it's at least made me rethink what I think about the franchise.
Well, and that's it, right? Like, if we as podcasters aren't making people consider and rethink strong opinions they have about things, are we
Yeah.
really podcasting?
What's the point?
Yeah, we're just asking questions,
Shut up.
What was the most recent crime you committed on No Bad Food, Matt? Was that the taco pie?
No, pizza rice. I was
Or
talking
pizza
about
rice.
The
That was
pizza
it.
rice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
It's not tough. It's actually
pretty
pretty
good.
squishy, really.
I think I asked you separately in text, like, Matt, what's pizza rice? He's like, rice with pizza stuff on it. I was like, I don't know what I expected.
I think we all independently had that conversation with Matt, and we all
Yeah.
got the same response.
Can confirm.
Speaking of asking questions, let's get on to our first question of the day today. Friends, who is your TV personality that you are pitching to bring into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? What should we know them from, and what makes this TV personality the perfect recipient of a Super Smash Brothers invitation. Todd, we will start with you.
Yeah, this is easy. If we are forcing a real life breathing human being into Smash, then we need someone who just has the resume and the gravitas of a brawler. So I'm going to talk about a man who has been in almost 40 different video games already, most of which, I think it's like 35 of which, or 36 or 37 now that I'm thinking about it, involve
You've said
physical...
every single number.
I know, right? It's like he's been in almost 40 games, and like north of 35 of them have been about inducing physical violence to real and made up characters. I'm talking about a man who has had 3 movies out in this year alone. I am talking about no one other than the 16-time WWE champion, John Cena. That'll be good Foley work. That's right. John Cena has entered the ring. Now you can call him Peacemaker. You can call him Ken from 2023's Barbie. You can call him Sammy Fack from the oh my god.
I don't know this reference.
No. The Bear. That show that was just on because you want a guy who's on TV.
He's in The Bear? He's one of the
season
facts?
3. He
Oh,
makes
man,
a cameo
spoilers.
in season 3.
Why would you spoil one of the facts?
That show, the season's been out for like a week and a half. Get on it.
That's brutal.
Wow, rough. I haven't finished Dawn Trail yet. Keep going.
Okay, he buffs a floor. That's about it. He also is maybe Dom's brother from Fast and Furious 9. I don't know. No one saw that. I don't know. Whatever you want to call him. John Cena just announced that he is planning to retire from the WWE, and he's looking to make a new name for himself by delivering an attitude adjustment to Waluigi and a suplex to Mr. Game & Watch and throw him into a Rathalos, because that's a thing that I know happens as well. Do you think you can stop him? Doubtful, because John Cena is here, but you can't see him.
Well, that's going to crush on an audio medium.
The audio.
let me tell you.
Hey, listeners at home, I did the hand wavy thing.
He did the thing.
I'm doing it really close to the microphone, if you can tell. Yeah, it's John Cena.
So just to be clear, because you did bring it up, John Cena just announced that he is retiring from wrestling at the end of next year. Are you sure he's going to be cool with just like getting back into fighting immediately after retiring from wrestling?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that he's gonna want that. He's gonna need that. He's gonna need that sweet release of physical violence.
All right.
Don't we all?
Not the angle I
Who
expected.
amongst us?
Yeah, true. Hey, speaking of the sweet release of physical violence, Andrew, who did you bring to the table today?
That's what they called me in high school. So, Matt, I truly believe that the best part... I truly believe that the best part of... Let me do my thing. I truly believe that the best part of any new Smash character is the reveal trailer. That's the most excited I've ever been about Banjo and Kazooie in Smash, was watching that trailer. So if you allow me to indulge. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. You're here to engage in 3 rounds of competition designed to test every aspect of your edged weapon-making capabilities, from design to forging to fit and finish. At the end of each round, you'll hand over your work to our panel of expert judges. ABS Master Smith Jay Nielsen, Historic Weapons Recreation Specialist David Baker, and finally, Edged Weapon Specialists and Kali Martial Artist Doug Wait a minute. Where's Doug Markida? The camera zooms around, whoosh, and zooms into Doug's empty seat, where we see a small white envelope nestling safely atop the cushion. It's got a little red seal in the shape of the Smash Bros. Logo. Cue voiceover. Sorry, Grady. Seems as though my skills and expertise are needed elsewhere. That's right, Forged in Fire fans. The guy from Forged in Fire, if you don't know the bit.
Yeah.
That's right, Forged in Fire fans. I, Edged Weapon Specialist and Kali Martial Artist Doug Markida, have been called into the ultimate showcase of some of the most fantastical weapons across our world and beyond. And then we get a reel of Doug fighting in Smash. Several quick cuts, Doug showing off his new moveset overlaid with more voiceover. If I'm going to go up against the best the Nintendo universe has to offer, then I'll need to be prepared. So it's a good thing I brought along an arsenal of blades forged with only the highest quality Damascus steel. Like this Nepalese kukri used by the Gurkha soldiers who served in the British Army in World War I. or his pre-Roman falcata, originally from the Iberian Peninsula and later used by Hannibal's troops during the Second Punic War. Whether it be a knife, sword, katana, or scythe, one thing holds true for each of these master forges. It will keal. End trailer.
This fucking rules, dude. I'm so in. Yeah.
I had no idea that we were going to need to reference the Forge and Fire episode for this
man,
episode.
I brought up the wiki, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, listeners, we have done 2 Forged in Fire episodes. We'll get those in the show notes as well.
Yeah.
Interesting that you got an episode with Grady, the new host, and Jay Nielsen. That doesn't happen very often, and that tells you
season 9.
how much I watched that show. Too much. I watched that show too much.
Yeah, Jay Nielsen showed up in season 9 in the episode that I watched.
There you go. Well, anyway, I love this. I love
Thank
this especially because holy shit, would it be awesome if Super Smash Brothers added somebody who wasn't a sword person
just a
and they
dude.
never do that. So, yeah, it fits.
Yeah, it's not only is it just a man, but it's a sword boy man, and it's your 2 favorite things mixed together.
Yeah, that's really good. Wow. Okay. Tom, I've got John Cena on one side. I've got Doug Marcaida on the other side. Please complete this trifecta of a pitch.
All right, guys. So I thought long and hard about who to bring to the show today, and I think I'm just going to come out and say it. It's JoJo Siwa. No, I'm totally kidding.
Everything I know about JoJo
Very
Siwa,
good.
I did not learn consensually. TikTok forced it into my life.
That's true.
Big same.
No, I'm not. I'm not bringing JoJo Siwa to the podcast. Don't worry, not today. We'll save that for next
Not
time.
today, next time.
Yeah. Put that in the shelf.
Now, obviously, I host a podcast about food, so of course, I also spend inordinate amounts of time watching the Food Network. Now, I know at least a few of you also do this, and you know that the Food Network really only has like 3 kinds of shows on it. There are competition shows, there are Cook With Me at my house or in my studio shows, and then there's Let's Go Look at Food in a Place shows. And of all of the hosts of the Food Network, there's really only one person who has made a name for themselves in all 3 categories of show. And so I think there's really only one guy who's up for the challenge. And that's why my pick for this one is the mayor of Flavortown himself, the host of Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives, Guys Grocery Games, Tournament of Champions, Guys Big Bite, Guys Ranch Kitchen, Guys Hawaiian Vacation, Guys Family Road Trip, probably
The
some other
extended guy
things.
universe is rivaling 90 Day Fiancé.
Truly.
Yeah,
the man
wow.
whose production company produces like 80% of the shows on the Food Network, the one, the only, Guy Fieri, is rolling out. And
Hell
when
yeah.
I decided I was going to bring Guy to Smash Bros, I thought, I wonder if, anyone has made this joke before. Guy Fieri himself posted a fake video revealing himself as the final addition to the Smash Bros roster back in 2021.
Anyone who follows his Instagram is probably nodding their head like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I feel good about this choice. I feel ready to, dig in and bring the heat and other food jokes.
I gotta say, I saw you were doing this, Tom, and the first thing that I thought to myself was, because Matt had given us this topic only moments before that, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that Tom and Matt's discussion was, how do I put Guy Fieri in Smash? Get me there. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I almost pulled a fast one on you guys and didn't do a Food Network person at all.
Wow.
There was a strong part of me that wanted JoJo Siwa and that wanted to bring the Property Brothers to this thing, but I
Oh, that's
I didn't think
really
they were
good
on
too.
brand.
Like the Ice Climbers.
That's a very different. Yeah. That's
To go
a very
back to what
different
Andrew
vibe.
said, I imagined it more that Matt was carrying a slice of bread with Smash Brothers jelly on it, and Tom was carrying a slice of bread with Guy Fieri peanut butter on it.
Yeah.
And they bumped into each other in a hallway, and they go, whoa, 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 and they go, well, now.
That's a knuckle sandwich, baby.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, this is really incredible. Like, I think that we are looking at like a Godzilla x King Kong x Mothra, 3 of the biggest meme kings to ever come together in combat in John Cena, Doug Marcaida, and Guy Fieri.
Three names known in every household.
Yep.
Yeah.
Equally famous across America and beyond.
Definitely no weak link between the three of them in terms
Nope.
of relevance in any given household.
Nope.
This is the one that if you put a picture of all three of these dudes and Jesus on a piece of paper and showed it to a 10-year-old kid, they wouldn't know who Jesus was. Anyway.
That's true.
I am a firm believer that the popularity and success of Smash is built on its simplified moveset. Sure, you can get in the weeds with your air cancellings, your short hoppings, and your wave dashings, but at the end of the day, each character breaks down to 4 special moves. So please tell me about your TV host's special move set. Those are the ones that happen when you press B to the side, B up, and B down. Todd, we'll start with you.
Sure. The easy one right away. Down B is going to be like a counter move. I feel like that's become kind of a trademark in every one out of every 4 Smash Bros characters.
Every sword boy. Every sword boy.
Every sword boy.
Every sword boy
and
has
John
a
Cena
berry.
clearly a sword boy.
Big
Down
sword boy
B-
energy, honestly.
Well, you're not wrong. Down B is going to be a counter move. It's just called You Can't See Me. We just got to get that one out right away. He waves his hand back and forth like this. That one comes
Like
through. That one
what? Can
probably
you give me
came
that one more time? What was it?
Yeah. If I do it enough, I'm going to punch my microphone, and so I don't think I can keep doing it.
I love that you're out of breath every time you do it, too. That's the best
I am.
part.
My heart rate has gone up. John Cena waves his hand back and forth in front of his face, and it kind of works like Greninjas, where if they attack or do whatever, he just flies into the drop kick, because they can't see him. Neutral B, John Cena's going to throw on the Peacemaker helmet while yelling, more of like a crying, like an anguished cry, like deep emotional pain has caused this. And there's going to be a shockwave that blasts out from his Peacemaker helmet. So that's one of the things. Peacemaker helmet can make shockwaves. The move is called I'm Not a Butt Baby. Now, you might be wondering why that's called that. And so if you did watch the Peacemaker TV show, he has a strained relationship with his older brother growing up. And his older brother convinces him that some babies are born vaginally and others come out of the butt. And the ugly ones are the ones that come out of the butt, and they're called butt babies. And so, anyway, there's some lore for you. Side B is going to work as like a charge attack, right? Like John Cena gets in this ready stance, and as you release, a car flies in where he hangs onto the roof of the top of the car, and it charges in the direction you're facing. Think of it like a side B for Ike. We're going to call this move, It's About Family, Dom. And so, because it's a Final Fantasy reference, thought that was pretty good.
What?
Final Fantasy
Or,
reference.
sorry, Fast and Furious, the other franchise that John Cena's known for.
The other franchise out
The
there.
other FF franchise, yeah.
Yeah, you got me thinking about him being a sword boy. So, hey, what if John Cena voice acted in Final Fantasy? That'd be fun, right? That could be something.
I'm stuck on the Final and the Furious.
That could be something. Up and B, so, press up and B. He suddenly gets grasped by the talons of his eagle companion, Eagly. That's another Peacemaker thing. And he flies upwards in a blast of fireworks. So that kind of works on 2 levels, because 1, pays homage to his character as Peacemaker, and 2, his whole thing as a wrestler is he's like this pseudo-patriot kind of guy. We're just going to call that move Freegle, a combination of freedom and eagle. Just feels right.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really stuck on John Cena being in Final Fantasy now. That's all
really
I can
good.
really think about. He'd play Blitzball. He'd play Blitzball so hard.
Yeah, John Cena would definitely play Blitzball. That's not what we're doing today, but he
No,
would
I get
definitely
it.
play Blitzball.
That can also be another episode. We've made 2 episodes today. That's pretty good.
No, so here's another thing that sorry to put John Cena in Final Fantasy. He is comical in proportion. There's
apologize
nothing
for
about
that.
this man that looks like a normal proportioned human. So I think he fits himself in any sort of like big flashy video game, because everyone there has like pointy hair and like too many straps. He's angular.
He definitely fits in like a Final Fantasy X where everyone's just wearing like tank tops and a lot of like leather straps.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking, specifically Final Fantasy X, because everyone wears tank tops and
That's the
leather
one with
straps.
Blitzball.
Yeah.
That you were thinking that's the one with Blitzball.
Well, kind of by default, because it's the only one I know.
No,
Yeah.
it's Final Fantasy X. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, X,
Anyway,
yeah.
that's great. Thank you, Todd. I really like that moveset. I like that you tied it more to Peacemaker and some of his other appearances than the WWE, as he is retiring. I think that's considerate of you, and I like that a lot.
That's low hanging fruit. We're here to do some classy shit, like talk about the phrase butt baby.
Right. And what did you say? He's already been in 34, 35, 36, 37, or
And
38
16
fighting
Final
games.
Okay, so the number that I saw was 38. The number, so like 38 was the number. All of them are fighting games except for a PGA Tour game. He was a character in a PGA Tour game.
It feels likely that he had to have been an unlockable character in at least one Tony Hawk game.
Feels like it.
I don't know that the years on that line up
Doesn't line up.
super well.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not in the same era.
He is in Injustice. He's in him, and I just saw a clip of him fighting Omni-Man. Whatever that does for anyone.
Oh, that's Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, that was a journey. Thank you for taking us down that rabbit hole, Todd. I do appreciate it. Andrew, on to you. Talk to me about Doug Marcaita's special moveset.
Sure. So Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaita's entire kit is centered on his ability to swap out his equipped weapon at any given time by pressing B. So he doesn't have like an
Like
actual...
Min Min.
He's kind of like Min Min or Hero, Dragon Quest Hero a little bit.
How did I know your ass would bring a hero-like character with too many special moves?
That's right, baby. So you press B and you'll bring up a weapon wheel, and that wheel will be a myriad of historical relevant artifacts and other types of blades. But more importantly, to affect gameplay, the weapon that he holds is also going to determine the speed and range of his other like normal A button attacks. So, for example, equipping an Indonesian Moro Kri will make Doug play like fast and really close range like a Sheik. Equipping a Japanese Naginata will make Doug play like a lot farther, like the arms person that you mentioned, Min Min.
Min Min?
The arms one. Or go straight Ganondorf and throw on the German Zweihander. Right? So you got a lot of options. Moreover, Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaita can use his up B to toss a ballistics gel dummy high up into the air. And then, kind of like an anime samurai, you hear like a ping, and then he slashes up forward and slices the gel dummy in half. And then I'm getting thumbs up.
Very
I'm
good.
getting
Yeah.
and that's his recovery. The dummy can also hit opponents for like chip damage and protect against like meteor smashes if you're on the side of the level, right? So you get a little protection from above. In his side B, Edge Weapon Specialist and Kali martial artist Doug Marcaita will sheathe his chosen blade and pull out a pair of signature Indonesian karambit.
Whatever.
I wanted to say this right, and I haven't been able to do it. I think it's karambit.
I'm pretty sure it's karambit, but
Okay, karambit. I'll say it like a karambit. Anyway, they're a pair of short. They're like really short, like curved blades, and they're used in close quarters combat. So in the style of like a Martha or Roy, Doug Marcaita's side B will be like a 4-hit karambit combo. And then if all 4 hits connect because they're really close together, you'll stun your opponent for like a second. And then, much like Todd, like I mentioned before, like every good sword boy, he's got to have the down B counter. We got to have the down B counter in there. Now, what's different about John Cena is Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaita is going to swing the weapon around and like inspect the blade that he's carrying for any nicks or chips or rolls. And because Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaita is a professional, if anyone who tries to interrupt his work, his examination, they will be countered with a lethal blow. Also, his taunt is the thing that he does when he greets you at the show. He puts a triangle on his head, on his forehead, and then bows a little bit.
I really
that's his
like
taunt.
that, and I'm glad
I like that
That's
too.
awesome. Yeah,
I like that too. I would do it if it wasn't like culturally appropriation because I'm only white.
Is it like Jigglypuff that if you do that taunt, or Luigi, you do that taunt close enough to somebody, it does like a ton of
1
damage?
point of damage.
Yeah, it does. It does 1 point of psychic damage. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Great.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that way more than I care to admit. I really love the ballistics dummy recovery. That's so good.
Really
Very
good.
stupid. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, Tom, a question that I've wanted to ask my whole life. Tell me Guy Fieri's special moveset.
Well, Matt, I'm glad you asked. Playing off of Guy's previously mentioned TV versatility, he's bringing a moveset that's ready for anything the randomizer throws at him. His standard B attack is his classic signature hunch. He pulls out a randomized food item, maybe like a hot dog or a burger. You know, Smash Bros. Has a variety, and he takes a big bite out of it. He heals himself a tiny amount of damage associated with whatever the food item is, but he also does a little bit of splatter damage with the food shrapnel from this food at any enemy that is within arm's reach.
That's probably the most dangerous
really
thing
good.
about eating a burger quickly is the food shrapnel that comes from it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's true.
it, right? His side B has him hop into his red sports car, and much like Wario or the Koopalings, he drives straight forward like a madman at a high speed across the battlefield. If you turn around fast, he, screeches the tires and everything.
I was gonna say this is very Wario coded.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Super
Wario
Wario
coded.
coded.
Yeah.
And I mean, so far, honestly, both of his attacks are kind of Wario coded.
yeah.
That ends now. Obviously, Guy is best known for his love of food and fast cars, but he's also a
So
big
he farts
family
in the
man.
air. That's his other one.
That's
he just
his
does
other
a big
thing.
fart.
He loves to do a big fart. Yeah,
Yeah,
put on a
he loves to
superhero costume. The whole
Do a
nine
big
yards.
fart.
So Guy is also a big family man, and he's always excited to bring his loved ones along for the ride, especially his sons, Hunter and Ryder. So when the time comes for Guy to recover from being thrown off screen, what lifts him up more than the faces of his boys? So his up B attack has him pull his two sons, Hunter and Ryder, out of his pocket, create a human chain, and throw it out toward the nearest edge like a grappling hook, like Samus or Link. And then they pull him, in toward the edge.
That's
'Cause
great.
a family that smashes bros together stays together.
Damn.
This can also serve as a ranged attack, if he uses it outside of a recovery situation. He just throws his sons at them, and,
So do Hunter and the other one just live in
Ryder.
a pocket dimension? Thank you.
I mean, it's like, yeah, they do.
yeah. I mean, I look. If somebody said Hunter and Ryder live in a pocket dimension, I would believe them. Like normally. Yeah.
I mean, the thing about Smash Bros. Is people are always pulling stuff out of their pockets, right? Where does Wario's
fair
car
point.
live when he's not riding it?
Yeah, that's
The
true.
same place
No
as
one knows.
Guy's sons.
It's in his butt.
It might be in his butt.
That's true. And
He
we do
definitely.
know-
He also eats it,
Yeah.
which is weird.
We do know that Hunter and Ryder are both butt babies, so maybe this tracks.
I don't think we can say that. These are real people that we're talking about.
And John Cena's not?
Right. Well, you can't see him.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Finally, we've got his down B, which, I didn't think I was going to be the only person who brought a counterattack tonight, but I didn't think that we would all bring counterattacks. But here we are because, we all just love a good counter. I'm a King K. Rool main most of the time, and King K. Rool has a nice counter where he slaps his tummy, and if you hit him, he flashes and you get hurt, right? And so I was like, I love a good counter. But then I thought, how can I take this one step further? Now, at first I thought maybe he could hide underneath a kitchen counter and then kind of flip the table at you. But no, I think we need to bring some kind of cooking equipment into this. So when somebody tries to hit you with an attack, you can use your down B attack and whip out a cast iron pan to knock back projectiles like tennis balls or smack your foe in the head like an old-timey cartoon housewife.
Ooh.
Perfect.
I do like that.
It'll make the noise too.
That's good.
Exactly, that's it. It's like when Peach hits you with a cast iron pan, except more effective.
Wow. Yeah, but there's definitely like an audible thunk because I always got I think Peaches is more like a one-handed Teflon pan, but this
Yeah.
is like a
Cast iron
Zweihander
skillet.
pan.
Yeah, this is the cast iron that's been passed down by generations of Fietis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's welded with only the perfect blend of Damascus steel. I know it's
That's
iron. It's a joke.
Not okay. Well, all right. Honestly, as stated, I'm very into this. Every once in a while, we do one of these episodes where we do more good than bad, and I hope that we are able to continue to do this good with my final question, which is we need to really incorporate the set and setting of this real-life TV host into the actual video game. So please tell us how you'll bring your host's environment to life in Super Smash Bros. What will their stage look like? Will they have notable variant costumes? Any specific music included? Todd, what do you got?
Yeah, I think the big thing, we'll start with the music piece first. I feel like the John Cena entrance music, a given. And it's not like anyone else is using that aside from John Cena. So got that box checked. Now, I realize we already have a fighting ring level in Smash Brothers, but this one's going to be different. It's just a different fighting ring level.
We have like
That's
3.
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting
We're gonna
rings
have
now.
4. So we do start in a typical like wrestling ring, but it's going to be one of those evolving stages where the stage changes a handful of times, like the Pokemon Stadium, levels.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to cycle through classic WWE, WWF classic wrestling types that we all know and love from our childhood. Remember your childhood when you would like watch wrestling and be like, haha, this is pretty fake, I'm sure, but oh boy, that person fell on tax. But that's okay. So, you're in this wrestling ring, and a minute passes. Suddenly, a cage lowers down in the wrestling ring. That's right, we're doing Hell in a Cell. It's Hell in a Cell.
Hell yeah,
and damage total is about to skyrocket, because for the next minute, no one can be knocked out. So, a rad thing that just happens as damage totals just go crazy.
They do that thing where they just bounce back and forth.
Yes,
Yeah.
It is
that's great.
the custom stage we all made at some point where
Oh,
you can
yeah.
only die by like getting knocked through the smallest hole. Only there's not even a hole. You just for a minute, no one's getting knocked out. Totals just going high. Another minute passes. Suddenly, each fighter is now tethered together with another fighter in an old-fashioned Texas bull rope match. What? You don't know what that is? That's a style of wrestling match where they literally tie 2 wrestlers together with a big rope. And you gotta wrestle now. And so that's a thing. Now, minute later, the perimeter of the ring is now completely on fire because it's an Inferno match. You know, the kind of wrestling match where they light the ring's outer perimeter on fire? Sure.
Todd, do you have the Wikipedia page of list of WWE match types pulled up? If you do, you have to tell us.
I'm not looking at that tab, but I did have it open earlier. I will be
Earlier.
honest with you.
Fair.
The last version of the ring is just back to a standard ring, but in the middle of the ring, there's a very plain looking card table. That's right, because this is a table match. Now, those unfamiliar with a table match, the match is over when one opponent physically puts their other opponent through the table. That's how it ends. In Smash Bros, got to work a little bit different. So in this, when one fighter uses a move or a throw or a meteor spike or whatever to knock someone through the table, that fighter is eliminated. They do lose a stock right then and there. However, the fighter that did it instantly triggers an ultimate. You suddenly have the Smash Ball ultimate because you put someone through the card table because, what screams, high stakes wrestling after the ring is literally on fire than table. So I think that's a good ramp up there. Now, you did ask about costumes. Alternate costumes for John Cena. A lot of really obvious answers here. We do have him in standard jorts, an oversized t-shirt. That is probably going to be the standard wear here. There's probably a version that's also camouflage. He does that. We are going to have an all-black shirt with dark jeans and gold chain for his character from Fast and Furious. I don't remember his name. No one remembers his name. Dom's brother. Doesn't matter. Option 3, Peacemaker outfit. Check. Option 4, him just in underwear from the episode of Peacemaker. Because again, he's so angular. Like, normally if I said, hey, you're going to have a character who's based off of a real-life human in underwear, you'd be like, isn't that a little too provocative? No, because he is comically proportioned, and it's not any issue. And the last thing is probably going to be him shirtless in jorts, but cel-shaded because he's in Fortnite like that. And I think that's funny if suddenly you have a cel-shaded John Cena.
Oh, wow.
That's right. This man has Kamehameha Darth Vader. So
It is not unlikely that as we speak right now, John Cena is either in like a cel-shaded John Cena is either in Fortnite or that other fighter that's like you can play with like fucking Scooby-Doo and Kobe Bryant.
Oh, multiverses. Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, I'm going to give you an answer. He is in Fortnite. John
Yeah,
Cena
sure.
is in
Okay.
Fortnite.
Cool.
He is also in the fighting game Brawlhalla,
Oh.
which is almost
Oh.
multiverses, I think.
Okay.
It is, almost multiverses for sure.
Mhm.
Interesting. I really like the stage popping up a table for you to put someone through,
Just a fucking table.
then that giving you a smash ball. I think that's really fun. I like that idea a lot.
That rules.
Andrew, talk to me about bringing, I guess, Forged in Fire to the
Yeah.
Smash Brothers universe.
I mean, you said it. What's Forged in Fire without a forge? The stage has to be the Forged in Fire Forge set, but like not a real Forge, like the TV set. So like this is gonna be a TV set of a stage. So again, we're gonna get you 3 versions of a fighting arena. Sorry, not sorry. But this one's kind of like, so think the punch out stage. You've got the ring in the center, and then you've got like the side areas that are like not quite backstage, but like almost backstage. So the Forged in Fire scene setting will have your primary like actual set in the center. We've got, you know, the main contestant area, the judges table, the furnace in the background, and then Big Blue, the big press off to the side.
You got Big Blue in there. That's the whole cast, man.
Well, and not only is Big Blue there, Big Blue is the main hazard, because Big Blue, if you get caught in Big Blue, it's going to crunch you. It's going to crunch you and then kick you off the stage. In addition, the furnace, like if you stand near the furnace as it's going, you're going to take chip damage because it's too hot. It's too hot near that forge. So the fun of this being a set is that, again, it's a set. So after a while, the lights will go down and then the set gets struck. And then after a few seconds of black, the lights go back up and we're in a different scene. And that scene will be one of Forged in Fire's classic blade tests. And you'll get them at random. A few examples. We've got the strength test. A big old block of ice will drop down from the top in the center, and then players will need to like repeatedly like hit it to like chip the ice block, and that they can get across and continue the fight. Maybe you'll get a sharpness test. In the sharpness test, you'll see just like kind of random junk like water bottles, bamboo shoots, coconuts will be flung off screen, and you'll have little blades from the background come through and slice them up. And that'll kind of act like a little mini explosions. Anyone near the blade slices will take damage if they're near the impact. Another fun one could be the Blade Sports one, from the Blade Sports one, where you just get a large Appalachian man is just kind of like with his arm up and down going as he mashes his arm against little planks of wood back and forth throughout the. So again, we're trying to hit all the beats with Forged in Fire. Now I mentioned the side areas. So again, those are going to be like backstage. You'll see like camera equipment, other like the boom mics, other recording stuff. The side areas will serve as, again, like the punch out stage. It serves as a different little mini environment, a break from the frenetic action of the TV stage. But it's also got an added mechanic. Much like a real life TV set, it wouldn't be a TV set without table of snacks. You got to have a table of snacks. You got to keep everybody up. You got to keep everybody fed. So you'll see at given times a little snack table will show up with like items where you can replenish health, because not only will it keal, it will heal.
You know what? Okay. Look, I was in and out a couple of times, but you brought me back around at the end. You really put a bow on that, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
It will both keal and heal.
And heal.
You're giving us an opportunity to get gorged in fire.
Tom! Oh my God!
Incredible.
Just out here giving that shit away for free. Oh my goodness. All right.
Normally got to pay for that.
I love this. This is really good. Unironically, I'm having a great time. Tom, give it to me. What are we bringing from the Guy Fieri-verse into Smash Bros?
I'm glad you asked. I hope you're ready for a third fighting stadium. Changes slightly every couple of minutes. So much like what my competitors here brought tonight, my stage does also change periodically throughout the fight. But rather than being a fixed platform area that changes a bunch during the fight, this one actually is a little more reminiscent of the F-Zero stages, I guess, from Smash Bros. Okay. So Guy's themed stage sees players bring the fight to Flavortown Market, the set of Guy's grocery games. This is a moving stage with different sections, but the main platforms are 4 large shopping carts that, move a little bit back and forth on the stage.
That's really good.
And
that
roll
rules.
Throughout the grocery store, moving from section to section. So as they are moving about, they will occasionally stop, and the players can hop off of the carts, grab some healing items off the shelves, pick up weapons in the freezer section. They can take cover behind the judges' table, fully equipped with Scott Conant and Alex Guarnaschelli and a mysterious third judge who is probably, I don't know, Pikmin. And then, of course, when the carts move too close to the kitchen section, there will be active open flames that the players have to avoid so they don't accidentally burn themselves. You know, your standard kind of chaotic moving stage with lots going on. If you fall off the carts while they're moving, there's a chance you will get left behind. And, you know, you don't want to get left behind.
I know that you made the good comparison of an F-Zero level. In my mind, I'm imagining it more like Pokey Floats.
Sure.
It's just
Yeah,
shopping
that's
carts
kinda where I
that are
went.
just like
Floats.
floating around with giant pieces of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much in the vein of like F-Zero or Poke Floats or like Spirit Tracks, like all of these kind of, you know, moving stages with goofy elements and, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
The best kind of stages.
Yeah,
Well, exactly,
everybody's
right?
favorite.
Everybody's favorite stage to hit that button on that turns it into Final Destination so that you're just on one really long, flat, stretched out shopping cart with a moving background.
Yeah.
In addition, obviously, we're not just talking stages here. A big thing that franchises bring to the Smash Bros. Universe is items, right? And of course, I didn't want to bring like a frying pan or anything like that. I wanted to bring an assist trophy. So you guys can keep your eyes out for the brand new assist trophy, Christian Petroni. Everyone's favorite New York Italian goofball who lurks the stage with a massive baseball bat shaped pepper grinder and whacks players who get too close to him while shouting in Italian.
I love including the guys grocery games C team.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly it.
That's really good.
Guy also comes with multiple outfit options, including his heavily memed but rarely worn flame shirt, lots of old school bowling button-ups, a few black muscle tees, and of course his Tournament of Champions leather jacket and gold chain combo. And just for good measure, there's also a like guy at the beach option. Because I've noticed a lot of Smash characters in Ultimate have shirtless options, which
You gotta have the swimwear DLC. That's like
Yeah.
that's crucial. Yeah.
that's it. And so, you know, Guy definitely spends some time at the beach, definitely does lots of beach activities, has a lot of tattoos, and, you know, pops some sunglasses on him, and he is ready to rock alongside Shulk and Sephiroth. And
I
Zero
realized
Suit
so.
Samus.
As of recording, Summer Games Done Quick just ended the other day, and I think one of the last games they ran was the new Super Mario RPG, and it wasn't until just this moment I realized that Hinopio is just a Guy Fieri Toad. He's one of the shopkeepers in
Oh, he is.
Super Mario RPG. He's the shopkeeper you get before you fight the dragon. I just put it in our show notes.
Oh my god.
He's just a Guy Fieri themed Toad. That's all he is.
I love him. I would die for him.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a shopkeeper that runs 3 shops and he just runs from desk to desk. It's
yeah.
it's a good bit.
Good bit. Yeah, I like that a lot. Speaking of liking that a lot, hey, I like this a lot. Holy shit, y'all. TV hosts as Smash characters. Didn't expect it to go this hard, but I'm having a very good time. I want to wrap this all up and put a bow on it, and I don't think that we can do that until we talk ultimate Smash moves. That's the big thing with the game. It's not really the big thing with the game. It just sounded good to say that. It's a really important part of the game. You gotta have the ultimate maneuver, and I want to hear about the Smash Ball Ultimate of your TV host right after this break.
If you want to have your own hot girl of the 21st century summer, please go over to patreon.com/debatethis
Cast
and subscribe.
/debate this cast.
/debatethiscast and subscribe to join us on Deconstructed, where we will be watching all 3 Xenon Girl of the 21st Century movies this summer and talking about them.
Cetus Lapidus.
It's the Zillogy.
That's the thing from the show, Todd. It is the Zillogy.
Zillogy is what I would scroll at night when I was longing for what houses I couldn't afford.
No, that's actually the religion that belongs to the website that you would scroll for houses that you
Gotcha.
can't afford.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right Zayton count.
Todd is a practicing Zillogist.
Yeah, what are your Zidichlorians like?
The stupidest fucking thing we're doing.
It's so good.
All right, we are back, and it is time to put a period on the sentence that is, we've added a TV host to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That period comes in the form of your TV host's ultimate move. Todd, what happens when John Cena breaks a Smash Ball?
Yeah, John Felix Anthony Cena claims the Smash Ball, approaches the bad guys, mashes B. He grabs the opponent or opponents right next to him. His opponents suddenly, they're just in a dark setting. They're cowering in fear because they know something bad is coming, but you know what? They can't see him. Of course they can't. Just then, he appears behind them, but he's not wearing his jorts. No, he's not wearing those jorts any longer. He is decked out in his full Peacemaker garb, including the souped-up helmet that he gets at the end of the first season, as it switches over to the Peacemaker entrance music, as he does all of about 3 seconds of the intro choreographed dance. And while he does that, a bunch of bald eagles swoop in and attack his opponents in dust clouds that keep it all PG for the kids. But the whole time, it's just the Peacemaker intro is playing in the background for 3 seconds, however long enough to get the point across, but not stop all fighting momentum.
You know what, Todd? You had the opportunity to do the "It's John Cena" meme, and you didn't do it. And honestly, I commend your restraint. Well done.
We haven't finished yet.
That's low hanging fruit. I wouldn't do it, and I won't do it.
Well, enough of what you will do. Andrew, tell me about the Smash Ball Ultimate of Edged Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaida.
Yeah, I would love to. So when I was describing the stage, you may notice that I left out a very important test, arguably the most important test to Forged in Fire, because it's Doug Marcaida's Smash Ball. That's right. It's the kill test. The kill test is the Smash Ball. So much like Doug Marcaida is the best version of a Smash character, Doug Marcaida's Final Smash is the best version of Final Smash, which is, of course, a 1-minute cutscene. So when he activates his Final Smash, the opponent or opponents are frozen in place, and then we see they kind of fade out, and what fades in is a giant dead pig carcass. Because again, like Todd mentioned, we got to keep it PG. And then we hear that thumping hard metal dun 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 as Doug Marcaida puts on his darkened tinted goggles, I guess. And whatever weapon he's holding, we start to see he just goes to town on this pig carcass. And I'm talking about we're going to slow it down. You're going to see every nick, every scrape, every slice in perfect slow motion, high definition camera. You're going to see the sweat droplets coming off of Edged Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaida. You're going to see all of the fake guts and all the other bullshit that they stuff in those pig carcasses to make them bleed, while the dudes that are watching are like, oh, that's so cool. You're going to see every slice, the one where he goes from overhead, the one where he goes from under, the one where he stabs the pig carcass, and then finally the keel shot where he usually beheads the pig carcass, in some cases the ballistic dummy. We're doing it all. And then, because again, we can't show all that violence to a Nintendo character, so then we fade back, and it's actually whatever Smash character as they just get jettisoned into off screen.
So you're just putting a quick cut scene of slicing up a pig in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Just to make sure.
Tell me how that's
page.
different than most Final Smashes.
I will not be telling you that. I just wanted to clarify where you were at. All right. Now that that's out of the way, Tom, tell me again a sentence I've always wanted to say. What happens when Guy Fieri breaks a Smash Ball?
Yeah. Well, once again, I'm so glad you asked. So one thing that Guy will frequently do on Guy's Grocery Games is take an opportunity to do the exact same challenge he's given to the contestants in like a tenth of the time and make a little snack for the judges while the others are frantically competing. And so I asked myself, how would this translate into a Final Smash? And it's simple, actually. When Guy Fieri breaks the Smash Ball, he randomly uses one of his opponent's Final Smashes, fully animated to be entirely his own. So in the case of, Doug Marcaida.
Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaida.
That's his full
respect
Christian
on your
name.
chest.
Yeah.
I'm not putting anything on my chest. That's part of my rider.
Except that warm popsicle.
So in the case of cutting up a pig, for instance, not too much would change because I think that just feels pretty on brand.
Yeah.
But, maybe he's fighting against Kirby, and so does Kirby still do the soup pot thing? They changed it, didn't they? They made it a big sword because they're boring.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think Kirby does the soup
Tom,
pot
the
anymore.
example you're looking for is the Jigglypuff alt, where
Where he gets big.
Guy Fieri just gets real big and round.
Yeah,
Is Yoshi
exactly.
still a stampede of Yoshis?
I think
because
so.
a stampede
Yeah.
of Guy Fieri's is pretty good.
Well, I think it would have to be a stampede of shopping carts.
That's
For
better.
that one.
It's
I'm
better.
especially excited about the idea of him taking Bowser's final smash and just putting his fist through the screen, giving you a knuckle
He turns
sandwich.
into Giga guy.
Wait, I want to think more. This is what I want to do for the rest of the episode. Just workshop this.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm now imagining it as like people that have modded Smash games using their computer to like just put a really crude Guy Fieri skin on every character, like a stretched and distorted like Edgar from Men in Black skin on every character.
Wow, what a pull. You got the name of the bad guy from the Men in Black movie? I'm
Felt right.
impressed.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, okay. This has been a joy and a treat. I spent so long reading paragraphs at the beginning that I didn't set up a diatribe of why the execs wanted this. I just want to know.
You wanted it.
I wanted it.
You wanted it.
I
This
do
is for
want it.
Daddy.
I did want it. I do want it. And I want it now. It's my money and I need it now. So to wrap us up, give me a closing statement. Put it in a sentence. Why should your TV host be added? Wow. Whoever added the Guy Fieri King DDD. That's really good.
Really good.
You can see all this trash in our show notes at patreon.com/debatethiscast. Anyway, give me a closing statement. Why should your TV host be included in Super Smash Brothers?
It's easy, Matt. Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. It's the franchise. Boy, I'm shining now. You can't see me.
Gotta be one sentence.
My time is now. Now, what I love about that, so that's obviously like the opening chorus, refrain, whatever, of John Cena's music. He just rhymes now. Every sentence ended with now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems pretty lazy.
He's not going for that EGOT, I think is the problem.
I will say there's a line later that he says, in any weather, I'm never better. Your boy's so hot, you'll never catch me in the next man's sweater. That's pretty good.
It's better.
Yeah. I passed to Andrew.
I mean, it's simple, Matt. Edge weapon specialist Doug Marcaida will keel. It will keel. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, I think we all know who really brought the heat tonight. That's all I'm going to say, man. If you're sitting here listening and you're really wondering which one of these guys is going to be the guy who comes in and wins this ultimate thing, there can really only be one. Here we go. I had to amble. I had to get there. I'm vamping. At the end of the day, guys, there can really only be one winner chicken dinner. So, God, it's really hot, man. This is fun.
I want to, just for everyone listening, I want to be clear. Tom is trying to be gracious because Matt is trying to finish a popsicle. So it's they're doing this on purpose.
I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best.
Sure, I'm glad we came the whole way around on the popsicle bit. This is great. Like I said, I've had a blast. Why don't you guys share in some good vibes while I make a decision?
Yeah, I didn't look at the notes before we started recording. No idea that we were going to get Edge Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaida back on the show today.
Friend of the show, Edge weapon
Friend of the show.
specialist Doug Marcaida.
God, I wish you would be a friend of the show.
I have not thought of Edged Weapon Specialist Doug Marcaida since we recorded our Forged in Fire episode, and I had to watch 3 episodes to understand. Knife sports are rad. It's so cool. Like,
There's one thing this podcast has taught me. It's that.
And I don't even know if Forged in Fire is the best version as much as like the crudely filmed YouTube versions where it's like dudes at an amateur show cutting ropes with a hand like tied behind their back. Just my favorite. So really glad you brought that back. Favorite thing you did today, ballistics gel dummy. What is
so good?
what is a show that is historical / partially educational about weapons without a ballistics dummy. If Mythbusters taught me anything, it was that ballistics dummies are kind of the standard of like, oh, that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part about the ballistics dummies is like, I get there is a like scientific part to like, yeah, show how the weapon cuts. That's great. You don't have to fill it with red goo. You don't have to do. You chose to do that.
Yes.
You chose to fill it with Kool-Aid.
They did that for us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think they did that for Doug Marcaida.
Yeah, Doug Marcaida. He put it in his show writer.
No one can match Doug Marcaida's freak.
we got the episode title an hour in. That's good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so thrilled to think about Forge and Fire again because I haven't thought of that in about a year and a half. Tom, thanks for being here. Always a thrill to have you here. And you brought Guy Fieri, which like I don't know how many times you can gift us Guy Fieri in a different medium. But
I got at least
always,
2 more.
I think there's 2 more in the chamber.
It's always welcome. It's always good. Guy Fieri is Wario coded.
Yeah.
Like
Deeply.
I don't know how to unpack that more than just that sentence, but yeah, I mean,
is he just a better Mario?
I would be less so like if Wario showed up. So like it makes no sense that Wario has like his purple car when like Mario doesn't have a car.
Right.
Like I think that's like, yes, Guy Fieri chose to not live the life that Mario did.
Mm-hmm.
And had he and Wario showed up, it would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you brought Guy Fieri to the show. Guy Fieri, famed philanthropist for our beloved state of Ohio. So, really, really, really great. The way that you rambled off the shows that Guy Fieri has been on, I know partially you had a small list to work from, but I assume eventually it's just muscle memory. You're just
I'm not even sure if all of those were real. I'm going to be honest with you.
wouldn't be able to guess. They sounded
You're just
real.
naming them off like someone lists the months and which ones have 30 and which ones have 31 days. You can't say all of them without saying the whole rhyme kind of thing.
You got to start at the beginning, yeah.
It's like naming Hallmark movies. Like you could name 10 and be like, one of those is made up, but you'll never guess which one.
a Christmas love story. Miracles on Christmas Town.
Christmas to remember.
One of those is real.
Todd, John Cena was great. That was very good. I really like the reflection of John Cena's work. He also is in a kind of way like how Mario is represented. Like Mario is represented by all of the different roles that Mario has played across the years. I like that John Cena is also represented by all of the roles that he has played. So he is the sum of all of his parts. He is both Peacemaker and Guy from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So I really like that. It's a good celebration of his career and not like just like a one note, like he's just a wrestler. Similarly, Tom, you did a great job representing Guy Fieri. I gotta be honest with you though, I actually really like him using a kitchen counter as his counter.
I really went back and forth on that one for a while.
Yeah, I got stuck on it too. It's really funny. No, it was incredible. Thanks. Always fun to have you come by. So thanks so much for joining today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This was a blast. Todd, you didn't bring up Ricky Stenicki at any point.
I've not consumed that content. I just know it exists.
That's the only John Cena I know because I live under a rock, y'all.
Is that wrestling era? I have
no idea
like
what that is.
Pretty recent.
He's a best man at a wedding or something. I don't.
It was one of his 3 movies that came out this year.
Gotcha.
Zac Efron was in it with him. Wow.
Yeah. With his face that he made himself there.
Was that the one that they were like the wrestlers from the 70s?
No, not that one.
No, that was the guy from The Bear.
That was the guy from The Bear, yeah.
John Mulaney?
I never heard of this movie. It came out March 7th, 2024.
Oh, that's wild. I got pushed so many horrible amounts of ads for Ricky Stenicki. I wonder what the reason is.
One of the 3 movies he's been in this year.
I
is
guess.
it a Canadian
that,
movie?
Argyle, and Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
But yeah, Todd, I loved with your stage. I love the part where the stage ties the characters together because I think we see this a lot in like the WarioWare stage in Smash Bros, where the stage will do shit to you in addition to doing things to itself, right? And I like that. I like the idea of a stage that kind of messes with you a little bit. And Andrew, same to you actually. Your stage having all those extra hazards and the block of ice falling from the ceiling and the hydraulic press. Is that what Big Blue is?
It's the press where they like when they went to mash down the hot metal or the hot steel.
Okay.
It's a power
Yeah.
hammer. Excuse
Thank
me.
you.
It's a power hammer.
Power hammer. I
Hammer
love
was the
that.
word I couldn't think of.
You guys both brought very fun, very like engaging stages, which like it always makes me wonder why so many Smash Bros stages are not those things.
They're so boring. I think it's like they always do the thing that they think fans want, but it's like those are just like I feel like those are just the really annoying most vocal ones. Because like I like that, I would much rather have the chaos ones. I think there's a lot, and I think it speaks to a lot of the fact that like Poke Floats is the most like modded stage. You know,
Poke
what I mean?
Floats
Yeah.
is also the only stage that they didn't put in Smash Ultimate.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I still don't understand really why that happened. Also, my last note here, I love that Ninja Slash, man. That crash test dummy getting Ninja Slash in half. That moment brought me so much joy, and that is something
Thanks.
that I like. I love that shit.
Good. Thank you.
I love that shit.
All right. Well, I've said it enough. I had a blast today. All of these answers were phenomenal. You all showed up to play, and thank you for doing so. I said it earlier. Sometimes we do episodes where I get to the end and I'm like, I wish this was real. I really wish that we were actually adding not even just one, all three of these TV personalities to Smash. I'd be super into it. Unfortunately, the rules of this show dictate that I do need to pick a winner. And so let me start at the bottom. Todd, it's not going to be John Cena. I tell you why. It's got nothing to do with your pitch today. He's been in too many video games. We don't need
Been
to
a lot
be
of video
It's
games.
true.
Almost
Yeah.
40 or 38 video games.
We don't
Yeah.
need to be like the 40th video
39.
game to have John Cena. That's not interesting. It's not new. It's not what we're trying to do.
Even worse, so many of them are fighting games.
Yeah, right. It's what the people expect, and we're trying to come out of left field. And so that leaves us with edged weapon specialist Doug Marcaida and, of course, Food Network star Guy Fieri. And for once, since this game started, they're going to listen to the people. They're not doing more Sword Boys. No more Sword Boys. Unfortunately, Doug Marcaida is not going to get the invite. I'm going to quote one more TikTok song. ITGUY SSBU invite time. Yeah.
Whoa.
We're doing Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri's going to be in Smash Brothers, and I wish that was actually real.
Yeah.
That was a pretty specific TikTok reference, Matt.
What was that?
Wow.
You guys don't get it,
dollar
boy?
sign.
Yeah, ITBOYBBNO
No.
$sign. I know.
No.
I have never heard more of that song than that like 3-second bit. But oh my
I
god,
thought
it's
you
all
were
over my
doing an
TikTok.
HOTTOGO for a
So
second.
did
I was
I.
like, it doesn't
No.
even fit the cadence.
No, not a Chapel Roan guy. A
Not
Nip Boy
Chaperone
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Well,
Yeah.
huh.
So anyway, hey, Tom, congratulations. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for telling me what Guy Fieri does when he breaks a smash ball, because, God, I've had that question for a long time. Can you, one more time, wrap off for the folks who are listening to the show where they can find more of you and your stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to find more of me, the best way to do it is to follow me on social media. I'm at Jojo Siwa God damn it. I'm at Tom Zalatnai everywhere. You want to hear me talk about things on a regular basis, you can check out No Bad Food. It's the podcast I host with my partner, Teffer. We talk about food every single week without fail. We bring you something that's tasty, it's yummy, it's a joyful exploration of the things we put into our mouths and our bodies culinarily. And yeah, I mean, check it all out. Check it all out. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Fucking do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it. Do it.
Why are you doing it?
Hey, like we said earlier, I was on an episode recently. We talked about pizza rice. It's great. Listen to No
pizza
Bad
rice.
Food. Yeah. And hey, while you're at it, thanks for listening to this show, Debate This. You can follow along with the arguments on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Debate This Cast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. Have you ever come to the end of an episode like this and found yourself wondering, man, I really like listening to Debate This 3 out of every 4 Tuesdays each month. I just wish I could somehow turn that 3 into a 4. Well, I have great news for you. It's called the Debate This Premium Feed, and it's available right now through our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast. Subscribing at the low price of $5 a month will get you all current and past episodes of our exclusive Patreon show, Deconstructed, a Disney Channel original movie watch-along podcast. It's 75% cheaper than your standard issue Battle Pass, no grinding necessary, and we are watching all 3 of the Xenon Girl of the 21st Century movies this summer, so you should join us for that.
Cetus Lapidus.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks for saying it right. It's
Yeah.
Cetus Lapidus.
I don't
Lapidus,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Until next time, I'm Matt Cole.
I'm Todd. Jojo Siwa is Chapel Roan's Waluigi Thomas.
It means nothing. I'm Andrew, critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer movie franchise The Fast and the Furious, with a free trial up to the award-adjacent sequel, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Henderson.
Give me a second. And I'm Tom, dicks out for Karambit Zalatnai.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.